How's it going, everybody? I'm Slavinatorski. Welcome to the channel, and we got some more collectible goodness for you today. We're going to do the Kulu world. Finally got these in. If you know anything about me, you know I love skeleton figures. And we're going to get started on these. I'm going to do one video per. There's 4 of them total, so we're going to start off with the soldier on this one. Alright, so if you enjoy seeing collectibles content, pew content, things like that, you know the drill. Subscribe to the channel. If you find it useful, fun, or just something that you might want to see more videos of it, a like's always appreciated. And let me know what you think down in the comment section. And if you have any ideas of other figures to get a hold of, or any ideas on a change of the format that you might prefer for the channel or something like that, let me know that in the comment section too. I always try to keep an open mind for everybody. But you see, I'll pop this open there. Let's go ahead and put that up in the back there. Alright, so on the inside, you're going to get one of these stands. Now it's a two-piece blister pack. On the front of it is going to be the soldier skeleton, and on the back are all of your accessories. Now looks like there's tape holding these two together, so let me... Actually, I can probably just flip that down. No, there's tape on both sides. So let me get my cutter. Cut that there, cut this up here. There we go. And here we go here. So, as far as accessories, you get a beat up looking sword, you get a helmet, looks like some horns for it, you get pauldrons, shield, and it looks like the loincloth-ish, or maybe a shoulder pad, or maybe a scarf, we'll see. We'll get to that. So let's pop everything out. Actually, let me save you some time and I'll pop everything out off camera and we'll come back. Alright, so this is everything you get in the box. So you get a couple of relaxed hands, that's the loincloth let's talk about. I think that's a scarf or like a shoulder strap. Helmet with, you have 2 spikes that you're going to need to put in, the sword, pauldron, shield, and the skeleton himself. So let's take a look at his articulation before we get into it. Now number 1, you'll notice it's a little bit different than most, which is not a bad thing. I actually really like this one. This is pretty cool. And I have some Mythic Legions and Storm Collectibles in the back to show you. The jaw is articulated, so you can make him yell or not yell, your choice. Head moves back and forth pretty well. There are 2 points of articulation. You have one at the base of the skull and one at the base of the neck. So there's 2 pieces here. You can make his head come back, or you can make his head go forward, your choice. And of course it can twist all the way around. The arms, you can just look at them and tell you're fully articulated there. They can go all the way up, all the way down, so very good range of articulation. So not bad there. Let's see. You have a double jointed elbow, so you can actually make him scratch his face, things like that. I mean, that's a huge range of articulation there. Very, very awesome. Then you have the wrists, which they go down pretty far, they go back pretty far, and all the way around with no issues. And it's the same on both arms. His body will turn pretty easily with no issues. And you can make him flex back and forth. This is soft inside of here for his spinal cord. So it's kind of like a wired spine in there, so you can get a lot of different articulation. We'll see how long I have him if that actually stays as firm as it is. I'm worried it might lose its pliableness. Legs are the same way. Huge range of articulation. You can do splits. Legs go all the way around, depending on the sculpt. As you see there, you have a double jointed knee, which full range of articulation. I mean, not much gets better than that. Then you also have a swivel up top here, so that's pretty cool, and a pretty good ankle articulation too. Pivot, whatever you want to call it, rotate around, so not bad. And he does stand pretty decently once you get him actually in a good position. Cool thing about these, what I like that they've done, is, you know, Mythic Legions has the pauldrons, and they just leave the holes in the back. Well, with these guys, they actually put the scapula, or the shoulder blades, in there, so if you don't want him to have his pauldrons, you just put his shoulder blades back and you can never tell. But if you want the pauldrons on, my knee's a little tight, you just take that off, check out his pauldron, and pop it in. A little snug. And there you go. Now he has a pauldron. Very, very nice. So, I believe this is just a scarf or a over-the-shoulder kind of piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything together. I believe you have to take one of his legs off to get this piece on, because there's not really a way to get in there with it. You know, I could try hooking it around one leg, but it's still just not big enough. I'd probably have to take a leg off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera so I don't waste more of your time, and we'll come back once we've done that. So we'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. So, a couple things to notice. Let me get his scapula out of the way. So it looks like this piece just fits really well around here, so it's kind of like a scarf in a way, or kind of a side cape that's all ripped and shredded. This actually goes on really easy, the loincloth. The leg pops out to the side, super, super easy. Just make sure to warm it up a little bit so you don't hurt anything, and then you can throw this on and wrap it around. Then the leg pops in pretty easily as well. So while I was messing with it, a couple things I noticed. The jaw, while it is articulated, be very careful. It does like to pop out of the little sockets that the upper part of the lower jaw is in. So just be very careful not to knock those out. I kind of popped his jaw off by accident, and then I had to push it back in there. Let's see, so that's the main things for the little sensitivities I noticed with it. My own little gripe with that. Now, onto the other figures. Of course, you have these really cool relaxed hands, which I actually really like these. These look cool. But you can't hold a sword and stuff with those. So let's get a sword in hand. So it looks like the edged part is on the front here. So we'll just go ahead and work that into his hand. The hands are super stiff, so that's probably a good thing. So he can actually hold the items really, really well. There we go. So now the sword is in his hand. And the shield, you see it's a lot like Mythic Legion's shields. A lot of good paint work. I like the paint app on these. You can see the rust and everything. So I really like that. So to get that in his other hand, I just kind of work it in. It's just like a Mythic Legion's figure with that. There's not much of a difference. I will get into one other thing that's a little bit of a thing I noticed. Perhaps you guys can help me out or give me some tips with. But let's get that on his hand. So that shield is not going anywhere now. As you can see, he's gripping it pretty well. And now he's ready to go. He looks like he's ready to do battle. So, the one thing I noticed that his helmet does look really good. I like the paint app, the real rust and patina on it. Like, they did an excellent job with that. My only critique with the helmet is that these spikes are supposed to go in these holes here. I was fiddling with it for a while. They kind of stay in, but I just know that him sitting on the shelf, something's going to bump him, and that spike's going to pop right out. So you probably have to glue those spikes in. So for now, I'm not going to worry about the glue. I'm just going to plop his helmet on, and it honestly fits his head perfectly. So he looks fantastic. So what I'm going to do, because as you can see, he stands very well by himself. Like, I'm blowing on him. You know, most figures, if you blow on them, they topple over. He's pretty good. So I'm going to put all these pieces that I didn't use into this little baggie. I know that's his stand in case you need it, and I'm not going to put together the stand. We've seen those before. But I will put those in there so they don't get lost, including his shoulder blades. And you don't have to have him fully armored up. You can have him with 1 pauldron, 2 pauldrons. You can't have 3 pauldrons, at least I don't think. But there you go. So he looks great. He looks really good. I just love the paint app. And the figure himself just looks fantastic. So as you can see in the background here, I have some other people to compare him with. So let's get that out of the way, and we'll put Malleus up next to him. So this is the Mythic Legion's figure. As you can see, let's scoot them all back a little. Mythic Legions is definitely chunkier. Much chunkier. But he looks, he's got a weirder looking face. Mythic Legions has a normal face. His looks more demonic in a way. Or something you might see in like Army of Darkness, which, by the way, is the second reason I absolutely love skeletons, because of that movie. The first one was Jason and the Argonauts. I love the skeleton scene in that. So when Army of Darkness had their skeletons, I just had to go into it. And he looks like he's right out of Army of Darkness. But you can see like the difference in like the bones and the elbows and stuff. Very chunky. So we'll go ahead and get Certibius in here as well. Big difference. But let's scoot him back, and we'll get my Storm Collectibles skeleton Centurion I made. Basically, I just took some cool model accessories and put it on a Storm Collectibles skeleton to make a skeleton Centurion. And this hood is from King Shazam. I ripped that off of him. And everything else is from Cool Model, except for this. This is, I think, Gladius off Etsy. So you see, you have like the wrist guard, that's actually from Zesray. So that's one of those figures that came from. And then everything else is Cool Model. I keep saying that, and then I keep forgetting there's other things I had on there. But you'll see, these ones are much taller, but they're much skinnier. So you have tall and skinny. You have chunky, which he's kind of tall too. He's just kind of crouched over, holding his items. And then you have kind of a good middle ground as far as like the thickness of the bones on them and stuff like that. So that gives you an idea of what you're working with him. But let me do the... You see the difference when you blow on them? Mythic stayed standing, Kulu World stayed standing, Storm Collectibles toppled right over. So that gives you an idea how they work. Now they're all pretty comparable in price. You know, these guys are, 2 packs. They used to be less than $100. Of course, now 100. So it's $50 a piece, 30-ish when you get on pre-order. So $50. He's actually the most affordable you can get right now. And I honestly think, for bang for your buck, Kulu World is really good. These guys are awesome. Now I don't know about extended, wear and tear, playing with them a lot, moving around, stuff like that. So we'll see. But for now, I think it's pretty awesome, and I really do like them. So hopefully you guys like them too. Let me know in the comment section which one of the 4 is your favorite. The other 3 are coming. This is going to be the first in a row. Alright guys, take it easy. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you looking at the video. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. I keep saying that. I'm sorry I say that so much, but you have to remind it. You have to put it in there somewhere, right? But yeah, we're going to keep this going. Thanks guys. We'll see you later. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed it and look forward to any future content I have coming. As usual, a like is always super appreciated. Subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. Share this video with any of your friends or groups that you think may enjoy it. And let's talk down in the comments section. I always enjoy hearing from you. If you would like to interact more with the channel, you can find me at my socials on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I post any contest entries and reference codes for contests I enter on Twitter, so that's another reason to check it out. I also have a TikTok account I created where I upload tease videos for upcoming YouTube videos as well as shorts. I am also getting back into gaming content on the Xbox Series X, and I'm looking to start doing streams again on Twitch, which I'll upload to YouTube later. Thanks again for stopping by, and I hope to see you again next time.